down and set the tone. This is a Friday night guy. Just kind of address that a little bit, how important it is for you to go out and do your job and give your team a chance to win.
Yeah, I think it's super important every week to give them everything I can, whether it's 5, 6, just going out there and competing and trying to get deep into the game, save our pen, and set us up for a great weekend.
Having to work around some of that trouble, what can that do for you maybe when the postseason comes?
Yeah, I think that our staff, and especially with what I've been doing over the past few weeks, it's just got the name of the game is grinding it out and being relentless, and whatever happens around you, just got to find a way to move on to the next pitch, whether it's success or whether it's some trouble on the bases. So,
how do you feel like you've kind of started to control your emotions a little bit early on in the ball game? Can you come in, Wes has said himself pretty amped up at times, but how do you kind of learn to control that?
Yeah, again, just keeping my mind on the goal of just getting as deep as I can into a game, and I know that showing emotion early and trying to get amped up and do things early in the game that I don't need to do, it's not going to help us win. And I think just staying level-headed and just competing the whole time is really helping out.
Kind of break down your stuff today, kind of what was working well you felt, and how do you think you did?
Yeah, today definitely more fastball dominant. I knew after my last 2 starts they were going to make me compete in the zone, and that was really the goal of this week. So I think I prepared well, and I think they had a solid approach considering what happened the past 2 weeks, so pretty confident about that.
Getting back to the amped up stuff, is that a conversation that you have with Wes before the game? How do you approach that?
Yeah, I think part of what makes me really good is I really compete and I want to beat the other team, and I think that's brought me a long way from whether it's high school or first 2 years of college to now. I think that I just love to compete, and sometimes I need to dial it back a little bit and focus on the job again.
What was it like to see Matt, come out there 3, shut it in himself?
It was awesome. I've shared a locker room with him for the past 2.5 years now. He's great dude. I love sharing the field and the locker room with him. It's awesome to see him succeeding.
What's the biggest difference in him now between that time at Stanford?
Yeah, I always thought he was awesome. When I first met him, I thought he was the best. So just kind of reaffirming that. We've been through a lot together, and to see us both compete and feel confident about where we're at, it's awesome.
He was a starter, at Stanford. He's come here and come out of the bullpen. How much has that done for you guys as a staff to just see a guy like that be, unselfish and go out there and help where he can?
It feels like it takes a lot of pressure off the starting rotation. I feel like to know that we have guys like Bird, Aoki, Matt, like guys that can go really deep in the games as starters, but have them in the pen gives you a lot of okay, I'm going to do my job for as long as I can. I know they got me the rest of the game. So we can split games, or I can try to go as deep as I can and save them for a longer appearance another day. It just sets us up for success over the weekend.